We all know the feeling. You got loads of stuff to get done, and all you want to do is sit down and scroll on your phone. Maybe you want to fire up the PlayStation or go out with the boys, so that way you don't have to worry about your problems in that moment. But what that's doing is saving those problems for later, so they pile up and you have to attack them all at once, causing your stress levels to go up and your productivity to go down. Like I said, we've all been there before. I know how it feels to have a lot of issues and a lot of responsibilities to get done. And I fall for that trap myself sometimes. But you gotta understand, when you procrastinate, not only are you pulling yourself further away from your goals, but you're also training yourself to undermine the importance of urgency, leading you to a bigger workload, more stress, and overwhelming you to the point where you start to give up on yourself. When all these issues start to pile up, it's very easy to lose hope, and you start to think that your goals seem to be impossible, because life starts to seem harder than it actually is. And the truth is, life may be hard, but a lot of the problems are created from yourself and your own laziness. You gotta stop allowing yourself to create an accumulation of problems to save them for later, because you're gonna eventually have to get those problems done, or they're gonna bite you in the ass. The number one reason why you are procrastinating is because you are scared of the slow grind. What I mean by that is you are not ready to accept the fact that your goal is a lot further away than you expected it to be. Because once you start working, you start to realize how far behind you are and how you should have started sooner. You need to erase that mindset from your brain completely. There are people that started at 25 years old, there's people that started at 16 years old, and there's people that started at 35 and 37. Everyone needs to start somewhere. And you need to stop thinking about what you did in the past and start thinking about what you gotta do now. Maybe you are behind. Maybe your laziness did fuck you up. But if you allow that to cause you to feel defeated, then you have a long, miserable road ahead of you. There's nothing stopping you from starting today. You don't need to wait till next Monday. You don't need to wait until tomorrow morning. You need to start it as soon as you can. Because the sooner you start, the sooner you can start tackling your problems and tackling your responsibilities. And you can start gaining what is number 2 on the list, momentum. Everyone knows that in order for a plane to take flight, it needs to gain momentum, so that way it can be able to fly safely and build up enough speed for it to function correctly. And that's kind of how life is. Now, there are cheat codes for procrastination that'll actually benefit you tremendously. You don't need to tackle the biggest problem first. A lot of people think if you get the hardest thing first, everything else seems a lot easier, which is true. But if you're struggling to do that, try flipping it backwards. Maybe if you start seeing little wins in your life, you'll be able to start tackling the bigger wins. Let me give you an example. Maybe you just got home from work and you have all these responsibilities that need to get done by the next day. And you also noticed that your house is a mess and your car is kind of dirty, or maybe there's also this project that needs to be done as well that you haven't really been attacking, but you were told a couple weeks ago by your boss to do. But the point is, you're loaded with responsibilities. Maybe instead of attacking the hardest thing first, maybe what you can do is start with something small. Maybe do the dishes. It's quick, easy, play some music in the background, and make it a little bit fun. What that's going to do is you're gonna start seeing quick progress, which is completely the opposite of what you should expect in real life, but you're tricking your brain into seeing progress early, and your brain starts to pick up momentum. It starts to notice that you getting things done and seeing the progress quickly feels really good. And it gives you kind of this sense of pride and motivation. And you can apply that to the next task. Maybe the next task is you need to make your bed, brush your teeth, take a quick shower. Do little things and start seeing the tiny little wins start to build up. And do it all at once. Don't take a break, because you don't want it to wear off. Try to build up as much motivation as you possibly can by being productive. Don't build up motivation by watching some YouTube video of some guy that's doing better than you, or calling up one of your buddies for a little bit of words of wisdom or some shit. Try to show yourself the importance of productivity by getting things done, noticing those small wins, and once you build up enough momentum and that burning desire to get shit done, tackle that issue as quick as you possibly can. And once that's done, you're gonna notice that you have even more momentum. The harder the task, the more momentum you're going to build. Treat every task, you're putting the work in, and in return, you're gaining self-respect and you're saving yourself future issues. Now, it's very easy to think that you're gonna be super tired after a task, which, to be honest with you, may be the case sometimes. Sometimes tasks are really time consuming and hard on the body. But even if you are tired from that task, you're gonna notice that momentum is still there burning inside your brain. Even if you were to go for a break, maybe take a nap, or maybe you got the task done late at night and you're going to sleep, but the next day, you're gonna know that you got shit done the day before, and it's gonna make you feel good the following day. It's easy to maintain momentum once you have it. When a plane is flying in the air at really fast speeds, you think if it hits a bird, it's really gonna affect it and cause it to slow down? Even if that plane were to crash into another plane, it's still gonna be moving forward from all the momentum that was built up. Once you have the momentum from all the tasks you did prior, use all of that momentum to get to the next task. Don't lie to yourself and say you need motivation. The truth is, it's not motivation that you need, it's momentum. You get momentum by completing tasks, and you get motivation from completing tasks. You don't just have motivation. You may get a false sense of motivation from a video you watched, or maybe you feel inspired from something that somebody said, or maybe you're just excited because you were thinking about your dreams. But the truth is, the motivation is not going to stay there. It's not concrete. It'll end up fading away, and you're left with your responsibilities and your discipline. Your goal is to seek progress and build up momentum to attack more problems. Number 3 on the list is something that we have all done before. You tell yourself a comfortable lie. Oh, I'll just do it tomorrow. I don't feel like it right now. We've all done that. We have all told ourselves that it's tomorrow's issue to get that shit done. But that's the whole point of this video, is that it's not true. Because even if you do get it done, your future problems are going to be piled up to the point where you have more responsibility to get done anyways. So it ends up fucking you over in the end. If you're going to procrastinate, you might as well be honest with yourself. And don't lie to yourself and say that you'll end up getting to it later, because then you're going to start to lose faith in your own word, and you're not going to be able to trust yourself anymore. And if you can't trust yourself, what makes you think anyone else is going to trust you? I know it. These comfortable lies make you feel so good in the moment, because then you can just go on your phone, play some video games, and just relax for a little bit. Save the problem for later. It's not a big deal. You get to unwind and not think about anything for a minute. I know it's extremely tempting, but when you give yourself this comfortable ass lie, you're giving yourself this boost of endorphins, because then you get to do what you want for a minute, and you feel almost as if you've already done the problem because you're saving it for later. You're not saying that you're not going to do the problem. You're lying to yourself and saying that you will do it, which is kind of gratifying to yourself. You feel pretty good from it. But then when the problem is in front of your face in the last moment, almost at the deadline, you're like, oh fuck, I didn't do it yet. And it screws everything up. And not to mention, with time comes more problems, and you've got the other issues to attack as well. And then you start to feel overwhelmed. And then you start to feel like your goals aren't worth it anymore, and you kill that fire inside you, leading you to want to do better in the first place. Stop lying to yourself and start just getting the problems done and over with. It's okay if you want to reward yourself sometimes. Maybe you got your problems done all week and you're feeling pretty good from it, and maybe you want to take the edge off and have a drink, or maybe you want to play some video games with the boys for a couple hours. I'm not saying never have fun. Even if you got responsibilities, it's okay to reward yourself sometimes. Some may argue that it's actually extremely beneficial to reward yourself. Stop lying to yourself, start building up momentum, and stop putting these problems on the back burner when they should be the first thing that you get done. Procrastination is one of the biggest dream killers in the world, and it's the reason why 99% of us do not make it to where we want to be. Alright guys, thank you for watching Glanimal. I appreciate you watching the video. Please subscribe, like, and comment. I can't believe I've already made it to 31 subscribers. It seems like such a small number before I started, but seeing how hard it is to actually get subscribers, it's truly mind-blowing that I actually have a following this early. This YouTube channel is in for the long haul, and it ain't going nowhere. So please show some support, please share it, and please let me know what you think in the comments. It's extremely important that I get feedback so that way I can make my videos even better than they were before. Anyways, you guys have a good night or day, depending on what time you're watching this. Stay on that Glanimal grind set.